everyone watching us in Nigeria and also all over the world. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful program, Bystanders and the Newsstands. Thanks for watching Flip TV, and we also urge that you subscribe to Flip TV. Okay, we are having a bystander this morning. I have the Daily Sun with me, and also have the Nigerian Tribune with me. What does the Daily Sun have this morning? No going back on agitation for Yoruba Nation. That is from Gani Adams. No going back on agitation for Yoruba Nation from Gani Adams. It's saying says selfish politicians using 2023 ambition to suppress region. Selfish politicians using 2023 ambition to suppress region. The main headline on the Daily Sun this morning: Police nab Gulag's killers, injures 10 suspects. Police nab Gulag's killers, injures 10 suspects. The rider Uzodinma Ohaneze Ayim condemned killing. Uzodinma Ohaneze Ayim condemned killing. At the lower part of the paper, sit at home order cripples Southeast Asaba others. Sit at home order cripples Southeast Asaba others. 10 fear dead. Onisha, Abanewi, Umaya others turn ghost cities. Port Harcourt records partial compliance. Markets, schools, banks, filling stations shut. Youth turn expressway to football pitch. Police confirm death of hoodlum enforcing IPOB's order. Okay, the lower part. Traders injured as explosion rocks market in River State. Traders injured as explosion rocks markets in River State. Custom goes after private jet owners. Custom go after private jet owners. Others full verification to sanction defaulters. Ebonyi State on red alert over Benue killings. Ebonyi State on red alert over Benue killings. Okay, let's move over to the Nigerian Tribune. Above the masthead, Nigeria needs brand new constitution. That's from Afeni Ferry. Nigeria needs brand new constitution. FG deactivates international passports of COVID-19 advisory violators. FG deactivates international passports of COVID-19 advisory violators. Scientists successfully test cancer-killing drug that may replace chemotherapy. Scientists successfully test cancer-killing drugs that may replace chemotherapy. Okay, over to the main headline: empty streets in Southeast states. Empty streets in Southeast states as IPOB sit-at-home order takes effect. You can see the picture of the empty in Ariaria Market in Aba. That empty street, road leading to international market in Abakaliki, another empty street. Banks, markets, schools, parks, petrol stations, others shut down. Petrol sold at 300 naira per litre at black markets. Don't travel to Southeast, ACF warns Northerners. Don't travel to Southeast, ACF warns Northerners. Gunmen kill retired judge in Enugu. Chief Provost of Immigration Service in Imo. Gunmen kill retired judge in Enugu State and Chief Provost of Immigration Service in Imo. Showore treated in hospital as police tear gas injures him. Showore treated in hospital as police tear gas injures him. Bandits invade Niger community. Kill 13, raise police station. Bandits invade Niger community, kill 13, raise police station. FG to open bid on highway development initiative today. And lastly, 2021 UTM JAM gives fresh option to candidates with failed registration. Okay, let's move over to our reviewers this morning. I have with me Mr. Samuel. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chuku.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's your take on the empty streets on the sit-at-home order I flew yesterday?
Okay. My name is Samuel, and the sit-at-home order in the Southeast
Look at the compliance, how they comply to Nnamdi Kanu's directive, despite being in the UK.
Now, the truth is that as a people, we've really not decided to solve our problems in our own way, because the sit-at-home order makes it obvious that non-state actors in the polity have been gaining more grounds than even those in the governmental system. What do I mean? You'll see, like in the Southwest, Sunday Igboho and some other people are having strong followers on decisions or their statement and action, even than people who occupy political office, meaning that governmental institutions has already been broken.
Yeah.
We are more or less in a state of anarchy where people don't believe in the government, rather depend on individuals who they see as ethnic warlords or a savior. Now, the Biafran agitation, if you are one that understands the historical perspective, has gone beyond the physical warfare. It is psychological. It is within the mind. So the deployment of military and the governors, I think Governor Umahi's statement that is going to lock shop still shows that Governor Umahi has not been following the realistic trend of the emergence of the Biafran from the war to a psychological warfare. So what is going to win that to gain back the trust of governance or those in government to an average Igbo man is not by deploying military. Military won't bring you out from your house when you already have a conviction that your people were killed unjustly. If you look at the war critically, it was uncalled for, unnecessary ego by all the parties involved, and loss of life was really, it was uncalled for. So at the end of the day, you now hear slogan, no victor, no vanquish. There was a victor, somebody won the war. It is obvious. Some people lost more than the other. The facts are there. So when you now bring up a political rhetorics to cover up instead of openly accepting fault, apologizing and reconstructing the nation, rehabilitating those who got lost, you now brought up one slogan, no finger, no vanquish. You now brought up another slogan and say, oh yes, we should live as brothers. Until you go to the fundamental, apologizing, addressing the key issues that resulted to the Biafran agitation, we have all men most miserable. Because the truth is, when the foundation is destroyed, what shall the righteous do? So the point is, this is not a time to start debating the people. If not for economic reason, already we follow Nnamdi Kanu irrespective of where he is. Even Nnamdi Kanu died, the Biafran has already turned to a psychological warfare in the mind of an ordinary Igbo man. And they've been getting sympathizers all over the world, not only in Nigeria. If you read through the reflection of the Nigerian Civil War, you will notice that there was a mixed reaction, even in Southwest, as to how the issue was addressed and handled as at that point in time. So the government structure, because there's a lacuna in governmental trust between the people and the government, rather believe in Nnamdi Kanu, people believe in Sunday Igboho, than what some political class will come up and tell you. So it has shown that the governmental system are broken down almost to a total level that people don't trust anybody in government. And the current government is not even doing anything to address that. From the lopsided appointments to the reaction of IPOB as a terrorist organization, while we are not expecting the Fulani Herdsmen to be termed as a terrorist organization. So the government has only amplified the trust for people to start trusting non-state actors within their locality than the federal government itself. So, and it is really worrisome that we've gotten to this stage.
Okay, no going back on agitation for Yoruba Nation. Gani Adams says selfish politicians using 2023 ambition to suppress region.
Yes, it's true. If you look at the current happenings, we need to be broad in this analysis as a political analyst. Gani Adams is a Southwest person, and I haven't seen the antecedents of the central government on some issues. The government to me is a northern government. If you are being realistic, when you check their pattern of operation, when issues happen in the south, their reaction, and the same issue, they have mediators for Boko Haram, but we don't have anybody negotiating to talk to Gani Adams or even Sunday Igboho. Rather, there was reports that they wanted to arrest Sunday Igboho, but there was no report to arrest the man that kidnapped. Rather, our Sheikh Gumi is a spokesperson for some of these people. So if you're in those shoes, you're meant to like say there are different rules for the same set of people. Why not let everybody go on their own ways? It's just an obvious truth. And the political class cuts across ethnic groups, the north, the south, have been using this divide and rule tactics to find their way through. The political office holder in the southwest might, on one hand, support Gani Adams for secession, so that when they negotiate, they can bring the presidency to the southwest. So it's all the gimmicks of, if you read Sun Tzu, Art of War, you will discover that there is hardly any techniques these people want to employ that is not has not been on ground. So it's a divide and rule techniques. If I'm given the opportunity to talk to Nnamdi Kanu, he's a rational being that is well educated. The presidency, yes, Nnamdi Kanu, it will take me 2 hours and he's convinced. If there are some key issues that will be addressed to make a nation, what comprises of a real nation, is addressed. The Igbo man is the only man that has businesses outside the southeast than any other person in this country. So in its true sense, do they really want secession? I'm throwing it open. In its true sense of secession, do they really want? The Igbo man is the only ethnic group that has traveled to domicile in other ethnic groups in this country, have the highest numbers of investment cut across north and south of this country than any other ethnic group in the same country. So in this true sense of secession, when you are estimating the what is at stake, does the Igbo man in his true sense really demand for secession? Go and read in Biafra, Africa died, and why we struck. If you read my watch by Obasanjo, you will discover that the real generation of the secessionist threat was not because the Igbo man does not want to stay in Nigeria. It was as a result of the happenings that is present in this current structure that was not addressed by the then government, but rather a tool of intimidation. The divide and rule tactics, hypocrisy, double standard and greed was always used as cosmetic approach to cover up key issues that would have been addressed in a national way. So the truth is, if you're saying that they really want a secession, which I'm not saying, there's a right to self-determination, which is okay. The question we should be asking ourselves is, when I did a personal estimation of the investment of Lagos, the Igbo man has more than 60% of the total investment owned by a private ethnic group in Lagos State. When I did a personal analysis of businesses, multinational businesses that are running into billions in the northern part of the Igbo man single-handedly as an ethnic group has the highest number of businesses within an ethnic configuration in the northern region. Now, when you now bring it up to the adaptation of this same group, in its true sense, these issues have really not been addressed to integrate the Igbo man as part of the entity called Nigeria.
Rather, they are seen as a threat.
Rather, they are seen as a threat, and because of the divide and rule tactics of what has happened between Zik and Awo, if you read historical antecedent, we have Twitter historians who will come up and tell you that, oh, Zik betrayed Awo. But if you read the historical facts, even from Yoruba authors, if you read the books of Alabi Sama, The Tragedy of Victory, if you read about the write-ups of Wole Soyinka, you will discover that the first betrayer was within the South. The architectural design of the party structure was handed over to Zik by Abakali. So there was a threat that if we allow this man move towards this height, these people might hijack Lagos. And Zik speaks more of Yoruba and Hausa than even the Igbo language. Zik hardly can speak Igbo fluently like the way he speaks Hausa and Yoruba.
Who is the betrayer?
So the betrayer was obvious in our historical annals. So they cross-carpet overnight. Okay. The history is simple, history is factual. But ethnic alignments will now portray, we call them Twitter historians, that, oh, so person betrayed so person because they did not put clause. I was debating with a friend of mine who coincidentally studied history from a certain part of the country, and I wasn't expecting, because from Southwest, ordinarily you wouldn't expect anything different in most analysis that relate to an Igbo man. It is historical, and the same thing is applicable sometimes to the Igbos when they are relating to the Yoruba man's issue. Now the question is, the Twitter historians now said, because Zik did not accept the fact that the clause of separation should be included in the constitutional review, and I'm like, where did you guys read your history from? The point still remains that Zik, as at that point in time, cannot single-handedly have a position on all the members in the constitutional review committee. Lord Chandon was only calling Zik and Awo to listen to their deliberation, because the British already had a template of what they want to hand over for us as a constitution. So it wasn't in the position of Zik to have single-handedly, it makes logic stand up that one man was so influential than the whole British. They were reporting in a sitting with a Lord Chancellor. So for you to now use that it was a betrayal and some people, and moreover, the clause that was not included because Zik was talking from an academic perspective. As at that point in time, simply means that for anything that happens in the country, both West and the East will not be able to pull out. So how has that been translated to be a betrayal from Zik perspective?
For those that are asking who is the betrayer, just tell
No, it's obvious. Nah, there was a cross carpet.
It's Awolowo.
Obviously, the cross carpet was overnight. No, I've said it before that the cross carpet was overnight. Who cross carpet? It was within the southwest. In terms of investment, I'm talking about in context of Nigeria and the secessionist agenda.
That was a question they are asking from the platform.
Okay.
Name of the betrayer.
Is that one? Nah, they cross carpet overnight. Awolowo, it's obvious. Yes. Obafemi Awolowo.
You got it wrong.
Okay. Let him conclude. What do you think? Can't the Igbos come together and still achieve that thing you are saying they are achieving in other states?
No, the problem of an Igbo man is an Igbo man. I did my thesis analysis, a paper I've written out with two lecturers, Obafemi Awolowo University, Dr. Mrs. Amaka Emodi. My name is Effiong Samuel. I read the write-up. And as at the time I was doing this write-up, as at 2015-16, I traveled to 4 eastern states, including Asaba. The only state I did not visit was, I think, Imo State. From my analysis, because I did a concrete analysis, I have a paperwork, I've published it. I discovered that from my interview, head of Department of Political Science, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Frank Collins, as at that point in time in my interview, said, and I quote, Professor Frank Collins happened to be the head of the department as at that point in time. He was a barrister before he studied political science. He said, and I quote, that the origin of the problem of an Igbo man resides within the context of an Igbo man. Meaning that for anything that the Igbo man decide collectively, I know this might not go down well with so many people, which is okay by me, because I did a critical analysis. It's the fact that from the beginning of the war itself, if you read the historical trend, at every point that someone within the ethnic configuration of the Igbos move against the configuration of what was then within the federal setting, it was either another Igbo man, either the likes of Ojukwu and some others, that will counter and even give the current federal government a handful information as at to what should be done to curtail the say. If you go and read the rise and fall of Isaac Adakaboro, you will notice that the Igbo ban was instrumental to be used within the federal system that later still used him. The same thing was the fate of Awu. So the point is, the South has been divided to a point that the so-called intellectual backbone of the country are really not intellectual politically. And that is why a people who are divided within themselves will never have anything meaningful to achieve.
Thank you, Mr. Samuel.
You're welcome.
That's a wonderful one from Mr. Samuel. Very good one. Okay.
Please, it's unfortunate that, well, good morning and happy new month from here. I remember Mr. Chigozie. Yes, in the first place, I may want to react to what is his name, Samuel?
If you react, you don't.
Yes, with due respect, I wanted to catch up and I'm behind schedule. So, he said, you don't describe an Igbo man as an ordinary Igbo man. If by that you mean an Igbo man is mean, no. You should have used the words average Igbo man. I think that will go down well with me. You don't describe an Igbo man as ordinary. So every Igbo man has a potential of greatness inherent within him. And if given equal opportunity, we do exceptionally well. We do exploit. So for me, no Igbo man is ordinary. I think I'm understood. And it doesn't take you eternity to speak the truth. He mentioned that Zeke, and it took him almost eternity to mention the person he called the supposed betrayal. So that is the fundamental issue with the Nigerian youths. How long do we continue to live in this lifestyle? Call a spade a spade. The history is there. Nobody can stab you to death. So that is my position anyway.
Looking at the sit at home that happened yesterday, all Southeast states comply, who is for the people now?
Of course, that is an indication that Nigeria has fallen, and the great Babylon has fallen. And of course, it is history that, of course, the civil disobedience has been,
Okay.
yes, people complied because they are no longer comfortable with what is happening. They are looking for a country of their own, where their life will be secured, where their property can be safeguarded, even their lives and the lives of their loved ones. That, by implication, clearly shows that people are no longer interested in the contraction called Nigeria. Yes, that is a reflection of the people's will.
What you're saying, if they conduct a referendum now, this will show that people will not want to stay with Nigeria.
This is the tip of an iceberg. That people complied with the sit at home shows that they are no longer interested in what the government of Nigeria is saying. That they no longer have confidence in the government of Nigeria. That not just that the government of Nigeria has failed them, but the government of Nigeria has already collapsed. It's an indication that people are saying the affliction of the righteous will not repeat. We have been afflicted, we have been killed and marked, our homes and the communal settlings have been raided and set ablaze by the Nigerian, by the herdsmen and the Nigerian government, because the conspiracy of silence suggests that. So people are no longer happy with what is happening. Invariably, they are saying, give us referendum so that we conclude this movement. That is the way forward. You can see now some group from the northern region are now canvassing for restructuring. Yes, for dialogue, when it is too late. They could understand that is the greatest message that even the blind can understand, can see. That the southeastern regions, of course, the defunct eastern region, the Biafrans are on their way to their promised land.
Okay, this statement by Gani Adams saying that selfish politicians using 2023 ambition to suppress region. Is it the same thing happening in the southeast?
Of course, it's not a surprise. We anticipated that from the Nigerian government, having known their antecedents over the years. They only resort to intimidation, subjugation to achieve their ulterior motive. The thought that by that they can suppress and intimidate the people. You don't intimidate the people when issues that borders on their life and coexistence, on their identity and survival, they will rather push to the end with their last blood to protect the integrity of their territory, to protect the God-given inheritance, and of course culture. So you cannot in any way think you can subjugate a people, a race, and a nation who God has already blessed. Of course, the Bible says, I cannot bless whom God, I cannot curse whom God has blessed. You see? It is impossible. So we are blessed by God, and there is no amount of threat. Let them learn history from the Egypt of the Pharaoh of Egypt. You see, he was bent at holding back the people of Israel, the exodus of Israel from the land of captivity. But how did he ended up? He lost the best and the choice warriors, and their chariots ended up being drawn. So this is a replica of what, of course, history will definitely repeat if the Nigerian government fails to learn lessons from history. So there is no amount of intimidation that can stop us. Of course, what happened yesterday is a great victory over Nigeria. You see, Nigeria lost the civil war when you are fighting 1 against 7, and eventually it lasted for over 30 months. 1 against 7. By 1 I mean the all ethnic nationalities. Yes, One against seven, against just one ethnic nationality. The Egyptians pilots were there, the Russians, people, even the British, they all sponsored the Nigerian state to annihilate, to wipe off the Igbo people precisely. Even the so-called Benue, the Agatu, and whatever, the Middle Belt, all joined hands to exterminate these people. But of course, we defy them because God is with us. So there's no amount of threat that can deter us at this time. And what a reflection of yesterday's compliance, so of course, overwhelmingly, of course, made it clear that Nigeria is already down.
One more question. Where do you see IPOB in the next 6 months?
Where I see IPOB in the next 6 months? What, you can tell me what I see IPOB now. IPOB remains formidable, remains focused. By IPOB, I mean not just an Igbo man, the indigenous people of Biafra. So we remain resolute, we remain committed. And of course, yesterday reminded us of the past. We are no longer interested in the past, but we have learned lessons from the past, and we intend to move forward. Our past is not keeping us back. So we are objective, and we remain resolute until we strike the target. Not until this is done. Bet me anywhere, I can stake my life for it. Nigeria will never know peace. And anyone that is opposed to this noble cause, of course, the Yoruba, we saw what Daniel Agam said. I thank God he has come up to speak out now. I mean, how did they describe it? The kakafo of okay, Are kakafo okay okay, Are Ono Kakanfo of Yoruba land. Yes, that is what is much anticipated. That people of his sort, who is a custodian of the Yoruba race, the custodian of the Yoruba culture, having been trusted in him to come and speak out now. Most of the people in Yoruba people in Ogun State are scoring for safety. They are in Benin Republic as refugees. So it is high time he begins to speak, and it's a welcome development. Okay, that suggests, of course, that the Yoruba nation is here already. Likewise, of course, you can see the Biafrans have already, it's no longer disputable. The fact that the Biafran state is already existing, and the restoration has already been perfected. Okay, and Nigeria has fallen.
Thank you very much, Mr.
The great Babylon has fallen.
A wonderful one.
Have a great day.
I'm very sorry, Mr.
Yeah, I'll just take it with maturity.
Eric Walla says we see IPOB in Biafra land. That's what I was expecting from Mr. Chigote. So, Mr. Kule, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Response
good morning.
To what he said, Awolowo betrayed, because I saw your action and reaction.
You see, all these things, all these guys, they've gone beyond the, they're all dead now. So we shouldn't be talking more about that. The two of them, they betrayed themselves, and everybody know that. Where he did not touch, I was even telling him behind the camera there that Awolowo won Zik at the initial stage when they were going to Buckingham Palace to meet Zik. Awolowo called Zik aside, say, come, the way these guys are going, they are going to overwhelm us very soon because of their military power they have, because of their political power. Can't we form an alliance of NCNC, an action group? But what ended it up? Zik went ahead to mingle with PRP, that's Tafa Balewa party, and they formed a government. And they gave Zik a ceremonial president. Why? The main prime minister was the guy running the government. So you could see that. And Zik himself too, during the Biafra time, he has all the opportunity, right, to go along, to even reject that finance ministers they gave to him. So the two of them, the blunder has been made. The way forward is where I'm talking of now. We should be talking of.
Now the seats are some other non-state actors and state actors. Who are the ones controlling the state?
It should definitely is the non-state actors. Non-states. I don't understand your meaning.
Non-state actors are those that Sunday Igboho
Nnamdi Kanu.
Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
Gani Adams.
Non-state actors are the one controlling the things now because they have more followers. They have more followers. Look at what happened in the southeast yesterday. I was going through my brain that the children of those men, veterans, you killed. What veteran you killed in during Biafra war? What do you think they will be feeling? They can never wish this country well. If my father was happened to be killed during the Biafra war, do you think I would take it easy with Nigerian government? Unnecessary killing, unnecessary war, stupid war. They went back on. And it's the same thing we're supposed to have learned for the civil war. But it's like these guys, they put cotton wool on their hairs, yes, and they don't even think again. They put, their brain has been docile. Their brain needs to be rebooted to think of how do we get here? How do we get to all these problems? These guys said they have been marginalized. Bring them to table, round table, and let them discuss with them. And I'm going to blame some Igbo ally too, because they have opportunity to do this under Jonathan, who happens to be one of them. They have opportunity to bring him to table. Mr. Man, what is going on? We have 5 states, and other regions have 6 states. Is that not injustice? But they were busy, the leaders, and they are coming for the leaders now. You could see the nemesis that is catching up with the leaders. They have a right to fight the wrong then, but they were busy chasing money. Look at Second Niger Bridge. What were the leaders doing there? What were they doing? I was watching one clips that the former president went to Obi of Onitsha. Obi has to be reminded him that in 2011, you promised you're going to fix up Second Niger Bridge. But it's still that Second Niger Bridge should have been completed 3-4 years ago. Look at what they are doing to Lagos Ibadan. They politicize it. So at times you don't blame all these people that will call the oppressor, our political oppressors, our political, what do they call them? They turn themselves to colonialists. Not even local colonialists. We are the northerners, but we have the local colonialists who are the Fulanis now, that have colonized Nigeria now. The way things are, the way I'm saying things. So we should start the blame from ourselves. The Southerners, from our leaders. Yes. You can see what is going on now. Igbo, he said we want to go. Some political, non-entity. They're coming out because of their political interest to subdue him. Look at Gani Adams now. He's talking. Those are the guys I want to believe in. Not one governor, not one speaker, not one that doesn't even care about my well-being.
What happened yesterday? What's the future of Nigeria? With what happened yesterday, what's the future of Nigeria as a country? Look at it deeply.
You're talking of hip-hop sit at home.
With the compliance.
That's the non-state actors. That's where we started from. The non-state actors are in charge now. They are in charge. Kudos to Nnamdi Kanu. Kudos to him.
From UK.
Yeah. That guy has every comfort to ignore all this, activism. He has every comfort. But he just look at a son of nobody. A son of nobody in Igbo lands. How will he survive? How is it that he's being oppressed to this extent?
His father is a king.
Yeah, his father is a king. He's a British citizen. You know that. Yeah. He has every comfort to himself. But for him to come out and say, I want to fight for the oppressed. I want to fight for my region that has been oppressed for long. Give kudos to him. He's living a risky life as he is now. Dangerous life. How many people can sacrifice their life for such? So I give it to him, turn back to him, and I wish to meet him one of these days.
Any concluding statements on Nigeria or general?
See, this country we have is a cursed state. God is angry with this country because of what? One killing too many, blood shed too many, and in the country of plenties, abundant resources, some devilish cabal now form a group and shield what's supposed to belong to everybody. How do you think that country will be well? As I'm talking to you, I'm tired of the so-called entity called Nigeria. I'll prefer myself to be in Oduduwa region so that any of my leaders that fuck up I will know his background. I will know his family house. I will know his family. I will know his mother, so that I can easily. How will I get to Katsina and report Buhari to his family? How will I get to what's it called Kuyobe to report Lawal to his family? All these governors, how will you even locate them? But when we form a regional system of government, the government will move closer to the masses. So there won't be any escape route that I'm going to Abuja to go and hide after I've embezzled all the resources that belongs to the common man. You get what I'm saying? So the way things are now is if you can just sit down jejely and jojo to separate. And if that one didn't happen, you know the opposite. You know what I mean by the opposite? May happen. Because if you don't want to release me by peace, you release me by force. So that's the way. I cannot be in bondage throughout my life. And my children will continue the bondage. That is the statement Nnamdi Kanu is passing down to them. So if they have ear, let them listen.
That's a wonderful from Mr. Kunle. Wonderful. Mr. Lucky, good morning.
No, Mr. Felix.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Felix. Sorry. Good morning.
Morning.
I was surprised.
No, I want to wish the viewers happy new month. And this month is going to favor every one of us. And every agitation we are having in Nigeria, someday, one day, is going to expire. In Jesus' name.
Expire into?
Well, it depends on individuals' prayer. I know there's no problem. Every problem have solution. You know, I've listened to a lot of the people that have come on this platform that have said their minds, and I just know that the children of Israel, they stayed in captivities for 430 years. When it gets to a time, they got their freedom. Someday, one day, by the ordination of God, if Nigeria is going to separate, we will know. If God says we are going to reamend and form a formidable nation, we will know. That's my take about that aspect.
What is your wish for Nigeria at this point?
Well, my wish for Nigeria is just that the so-called the political actors, that God should judge them. God should begin to use his rod to begin to destroy them, because the masses are suffering. A lot of people are in bondage. Things are not moving the way it should move. The same thing is happening in all the 6 political zone. And if these things are not being addressed, we will continue being in bondage, just as what Mr. Kunle has said. What I told them, was it last week or this week, that there are 2 people that exist in Nigeria. If you are not an actor, you'll be a spectator. Those politicians are the actor, while we, the masses, are the spectators. Now the spectators are now rising up and saying, no, we don't want this thing. You must dance to our own tone. That is why you are seeing a lot of things that are going on. And still, the actors are not listening to, no, the spectators. The spectators are gradually listening to they are listening to them. Oh, okay, let's watch them. Let's do this. Let's do that. The thing is that we are gradually getting there. It's very close, very, very close. Because I know that the Boko Haram issue in the north, there are people that are behind there. There are political actors that are financing those people. You understand? Non-actors are the ones that are agitating. Let's have separation. You understand? I know, because these are people trying to put pressure. What can you do? How do we move out of this bondage? Just as it happened in the day of the Bible. You understand? When Moses went there, he said, let my people go, but there were a lot of pressure. You cannot go. You cannot go. But what I just say is this, that very soon, sooner or later, if it's God ordained, the Biafra will come to pass. Nigeria may become strong. But my take is this. The unity we need in Nigeria that we don't have in Nigeria now is caused by the political actors because of their own selfish interests. And that will not help our country. If we divide now, I'm just giving an instance, if we divide now, these so-called the political actors will still go to other political and form their own political caucus again and start their own way on how to begin to eat them back again. The thing is this: let us go back to the drawing table. Let's go back to the drawing table and see how we can iron this thing. So if we iron it out, everybody can go separate ways.
Mr. Peleg, which is better? These political actors going to their region, whereby they can be held accountable, and we have a federal government whereby you cannot assess, cannot hold people to account. Which is better?
Well, the political going to their region so that they can be held accountable.
So you are supporting the vision of Nigeria?
Somehow, I know there's two sides to a coin. If those political people in the federal, you understand, they come to the grassroots, you understand, we can hold them accountable. Most of them have neglected the grassroots. None of them goes to the local government. And because they don't go to the local government, things have turned upside down. We can still hold them accountable. Moshomole, they said in his word, they don't recognize him. They threw him out.
And he's the APC chairman.
He was the APC chairman. So, if we continue and we don't neglect the local government this thing, I believe the federal there will be more strength and there will be more power for them to achieve their goal.
One more question. Looking at the sit-at-home order, sit-at-home that happened yesterday, what message is it passing to the entity called Nigeria?
Well, the message is passing to the people is that one is going to be having an issue that they already have someone that is leading them. They're already telling the federal government of Nigeria that, come, you people are not living up to expectation. The so-called the governor and his apparatus, that if the so-called Mazin and the Kanu can tell them for wherever it is that they should stay at home and they respect, that means very soon they're on their way. The governors could not control them. Rather, they were trying to terrorize them to go out. But they kept to that instruction of Nnamdi Kanu. My final statement is this: our government are sitting on the gunpowder of gunpowder, and if these things are not addressed, Nigeria will scatter.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful one from. I'm expecting Sunday, but let me have Mr. Matthew. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, yesterday we saw the compliance. Me, I was surprised because I was expecting chaos and different things happening. What do you think? What message is it passing to the entity called Nigeria?
Me, I was not surprised. I think the message is clear. It speaks to the point, to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is in charge.
In charge of Southeast?
Yes. That the government, the respective state governors are not in charge. It shows that the people have lost confidence in the governors. And again, I took time yesterday to listen to Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast before that sit-at-home order. I think when I listen to his broadcast, two things stand out: marginalization, failure of the government to provide platform to address the marginalization. And it shows that if the government were genuine and willing to provide a platform for such to address all the marginalization, that it can resolve these issues to a great extent. Because if you look at what transpired yesterday, I think the governors were humiliated. We saw the outburst of Umahi, the Ebonyi State governor, threatening that anyone that didn't open his or her shop will lose his or her shop. But at a point, he saw that he will be ridiculed. He rescinded that decision and allow people to decide to stay at home. But I think it's a message to the government. It should be a signal to the government because Nigeria is already tending towards anarchy, the way it stands.
Tending or they are already.
Why I say they are tending towards anarchy is people to an extent still obey constituted authority. But if you have a situation where 5 states and some states in South, because some states in the South recorded partial compliance. If you have a situation of this nature, it tells you that if it is not addressed in the nearest future, you are going to see a full-blown anarchy. A situation where an individual will give an order, and 5 states and some states in the South will comply to it against the decision of the state governors. I think it should send a serious message to the state governors to prevail on the center to do the needful. And until they do that needful, we are not going to see relief. Because the way it stands, insecurity is increasing. Look at what is happening in Benue State currently. There's a systematic genocide happening even as we speak that the government is not addressing. Just yesterday, the women in Benue State came and had a press conference where they call on the world leaders, global organizations, to rise to the occasion and condemn what is happening in Benue State and come to the aid of people who are being massacred in their numbers. I think the government can no longer continue to stand aloof. Because the way it stands, Nigerian government is standing aloof. Nigerian government is handicapped. What's it called? These Fulani herdsmen that defied the sovereignty of Nigeria. Because a situation where you go to people's houses, their villages, you kill them unchallenged. There was a scenario that played out in Benue State, even as they wanted to go and bury the dead, that the Fulani herdsmen confronted them, started harassing them, intimidating them, pursuing them, killing them, stopping them from even burying the dead. I think Nigerian government have been reduced to that level where it's worth nothing. And the only way you can salvage the situation is to address the root causes of all these issues.
Mr. Matthew, you are saying address. Can this government improve on the way it handles this insecurity in the country? Can they improve?
They need to change their approach. Their approach is biased. Their approach speaks volume of a government that operates on double standard. Their approach speaks to the fact that in Nigeria you have 2 classes of citizens, the superior and the inferior citizens. Their approach speaks to the fact that the Fulani man is rated higher than any other ethnicity in Nigeria. Why am I saying so? I'm not trying to vilify the government because if you look at all the approaches of this government in trying to resolve the crisis, it has always been how do they pacify the Fulani man. Look at Ruga. Look at water resources bill. Look at livestock transformation plan. And federal government forest reserve. At a point, all the stakeholders are talking about ranching, and that the Fulani themselves should put resources together to build ranches. The federal government is talking about forest reserve. These things have been overtaken by events. It's no longer fashionable. What I'm saying is that federal government must live up to its responsibility. Whether you like it or not, it behoves on the federal government by going by the tenets of the constitution to protect life and property. Section 14 of the constitution gives them that mandate, and they are grossly failed in this cardinal area. Look at recently there was a bill in the National Assembly trying to criminalize ransom paying. Instead of the National Assembly rising to its responsibility to call the executive to order, to even threaten to impeach Mr. President if he fails to deliver on that mandate. Rather, they want to criminalize innocent Nigerians who sell all their life earnings, savings to rescue, to secure the release of their loved ones in captivity. So what I'm saying is that the government of the day, their approach is wrong. Their approach, we have said it severally, that go and check security positions in the country. Like I told you, I listened to Nano Carlos brokers. He's equally mentioned appointments when it comes to security positions in the country. There are about 17 positions. Out of that 17 positions, only 3 is in the entire south. You have 14 in the north. And in the south, you don't have any single service chief. So how do you now justify? Irabo is from south. Irabo is from Ikasa local government. Irabo is from south the Ikasa local government area. I'm talking about southeastern part of the country, not south.
Okay.
And how do you not justify federal character that is entrenched in the Nigerian constitution? A situation where federal character talks about that if you give a position, it must reflect geographical spread. It must be devoid of ethnic bias. Has Mr. President not grossly violated that constitution? How do you not convince an average youth in the southeast that he should not join Biafra agitation? What gives him that sense of belonging? Like I told you, I said if you listen to what Nana Carlos said, 2 things stands out: marginalization and unwillingness of the government to provide the platform to address that marginalization. So how long do you want the marginalization to continue? How long do you continue marginalizing the people? So if you refuse to allow people to have first share of what belongs to everybody, and they say, I want to go, more so, there's nothing sacrosanct about Nigeria. I think they have right to say, I want to go. Going by the fact that even in UN Charter, there's a charter that talks about self-determination, which Nigerian government is a signatory to.
Okay. One more question. Now that the North is asking for dialogue, do you think that it's going to pave way for clamping down on this agitation?
If you are talking of dialogue, that dialogue has to be genuine. That dialogue has to be sincere. All the interest groups have to be accommodated. All the stakeholders, the major stakeholders have to be accommodated. Not a situation where you form a forum, perhaps maybe you call it national discourse or sovereign national conference. You now start choosing and picking by yourself who to represent the people. That will not work. If you are having any national dialogue, a situation where in the southeast, Ananda Carlo must be the one to nominate people who will represent the southeast. We have seen yesterday that even the governors were forced to comply with the sit-at-home order because they have no choice. Because they have seen where the masses, where their loyalty lie, where their allegiance lie. A situation where the people we are leading, who you claim to be their political leader, you are giving an order, somebody who you classify as a non-state actor is given another order, and are following 100% with what the non-state actor is directing. It tells you that Nigeria is in for a big trouble. And I've been saying it. If the government know that they are not capable of resolving this issue, provide the platform for people to negotiate and let us volcanize the country and let each and every geographical, perhaps each and every major ethnic group go their separate ways. There's nothing wrong about separating Nigeria. And if you separate Nigeria today, it doesn't imply that the Hausa, the Igbo, the Yoruba cannot cohabit in terms of trade and investment. Just as Britain exited from the European Union, they still have things to do with the European Union. That's why we saw that Brexit with deal and without deal. And I think the thing was achieved with deal. So if you are making Nigeria to go in separate ways, it doesn't mean the Igbo man do not have trade relationship with the West. It doesn't mean the Hausa man cannot have trade relationship with the West or the South or the East, as the case may be. It's just that we have a conspiracy of these political actors who has conspired against the common man because of their pecuniary interests.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Sunday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, my viewer, everybody, fans and friend and loved one, I love you all. And Mr. Christian, even yesterday, I thank God that what people wish for me well, God is taking control. And I hope it's going to be okay. And I appreciate everybody, Pastor Sam, Mr. Sam, Mr. Festus, many of them, I don't know how to call them, but many that call me, that wish me well, that is praying for me. God will also pray for you also. And thank God that yesterday, when we go there, things, so this is the wound. You understand? That is what I will carry for how many years that my brother, my father, nobody can rescue me. But I have people that know this is the leg. You understand? This is it. But I appreciate as many that wish me well. You understand? And even though the paper, many tests that I consulted yesterday, we are still going to look at it. This many tests is there. We do many, they scan me, they do many things. See, they do many things inside there. So we thank God for the people that love me. People are there because I want to give them the list. That's why I don't want to scatter it yet. But I appreciate you. In a normal time, I will still bring it. Everybody will see what happened in that place. And I appreciate everybody. I don't know that I'm so important. You understand? But those people that wish me well, God will never forsake you people. Thank you so much. Mr. Christian, what is on the line?
Okay, sit at home order.
Oh.
Yesterday, Southeast everywhere. Everybody complied. Are you surprised?
Why would I surprise? I told you before that Nigerian is more than Nigeria government. You don't understand. All the hosts, Abi 6 governor, Abi 5 governor in the east, they can never give order in their state. Only if they don't use security agencies to force the people to comply to it. But in Nigerian, you people call him a runaway soldier. But he is here in London, give order. And the whole east was locked down yesterday. Nobody go out. Without no security to force anybody inside though, but only his word. That's why I told you that even President Buhari can give order. If they could not use security agencies to push people inside, people will not comply to it. That is why I see say kudos to Nnamdi Kanu. We love him. Even me, even though I'm not an Igbo, I still love him. I'm one of the promoters of Biafra. You understand? I want Biafra to come, because if Biafra come, we will not be in the mess that we are today. That they have made us to have a disgrace. This country, their country, that is Iflani country. Because I know, wait, I know Yoruba, majority of Yoruba are tired for this country. Igbo, I know that their mind self is just pasha. Look at what this man, the governor of Enugu State, is saying yesterday. He told the president to call IPOB to order. Now, he has passed the level of what? Dialogue. The dialogue has been a things of 2016-17.
But not are calling for dialogue now.
We don't want. Who want to do dialogue? That now that we are in the stage of getting what they are fighting for. You know how many people that killed in 1960, 1967 because of this same thing? How many people die and how many people that are still dying? You don't understand? How many people that are still dying? That is why we pray, let Biafra come to pass. And the problem we have now is those our governor, the governor, South and East. All of them. Sometimes I sit down and think, what is wrong with them? You understand? Because they don't know what is ahead of them now. All of them that you see so. They don't know what is ahead of them. When what is ahead of them come, they will know that the youth, the children, the women could not respect any governor again in the East. Even senator, if you like, you are a senator. Over Amagege, he speak yesterday. He said of a true, that is a deputy senate president. He speak yesterday, say of a true, Nigeria government have been unfair to Igbo people. Since how many years? In 1960. They are just, that's what I'm telling you, because they know that what is happening now is now in the way of Igbo. The battle they have been fighting for how many years is coming to achieve. And they are finding all the political actors we have. You know, we have many political actors. This one, we are not calling them non-actor. It's only government, Buhari and Geriba Shehu, that are called non-actor. We will never know who be the non-actor in the non-state actor that are causing crisis in Nigeria. They never tell us. Meti Allah is among the non-state actor. Because Meti Allah is the leader of the Iflani. Iflani will invade your community, kill people. Look at Benue State. You understand? Because the governor is not following them. The governor is not dancing to their tune. Every day, Fulani will go there and keep people free of charge. They will go. And the Meti Allah leader will be walking in Asoro freely. Nobody will arrest him. They still send Iflani people, terrorists, to come to Imo State and kill their brother to spoil the name of the IPOB. Because many of them,
It must not be confirmed.
Oga, who did they say he killed him? Who confirmed it that it's the IPOB that killed them? You understand? Also, this is a country where una dey. Me, I no dey there. Oh. This is a country where una dey.
You dey there.
Oga, I no dey there. This is a country where una dey that if they never see something, they will conclude to judge because they want to spoil the name of another person inside of politics. That is why Hope Uzodinma is. We know that Hope Uzodinma hand is in the man killing, and that's why he first to come and tell people that the killing of the man is political. Who are the politics? Who are the politicians? Is it me and you? You don't know us in politics. Them, all the whole state governors, senators, representative, chairman, local government chairman. That is why you see that if they have a state and a state governor is from APC, all the whole local government, they will follow one party, that's APC. If a PDP is ruling a state, all the whole local government will be taken over by who? PDP. And that's the country you are calling a country that no good federalism. No true federalism. Only what they are talking is bias, tribalism and hatred from the government, from the Muhammadu Buhari and their co, and Garba Shehu Malami and all the people. Adesina, see, Adesina tenor is coming. You see Oshibanjo where they cover him mouth. Adesina self, himself, they don't pursue and come out. You know that they have to Mal and Garba be Garba Shehu. You get the other one, that is small boy will be media advisor to the president, and he get one, the senior spokesperson to the president. That's Garba Shehu. All those one. Now another people they no get sense. Adesina, they not put them for backyard. That one avoids me now. That's why even the vice president, Oshibanjo, you cannot see him in television. Now, you don't see him. How many months now you don't see Oshibanjo? He's just there. I know Ghana Adam is saying that because what happened in the East yesterday, everybody shocked. Even Buhari self is still afraid. That how can the people, the whole Igbo, lock their shop in the East because of a word of one man? But if the government is there for UK, even in UK they still lock their shop. No Lagos we like money pass themselves because they are afraid. Many of the Igbo wey dey for Lagos they refuse to close their shop because I told them that one day what will make that Biafra to achieve one day is if they say they pull lockdown. All the Igbo in the whole Nigeria, anywhere you are working, block your mind, lock your shop. One day, the money you have been making for how many years, the whole world will know that those people are now. That's why people are still telling the Igbo that they are not ready yet. You don't know that word? They are not ready yet because they are not complying to the Biafra. Yes. You don't know so many shops. Oh, Ikeja open. I mean, the 90% of Ikeja people who get the Ikeja are Igbo. Alabanko, Ladiponko. What are you telling me now? You understand? So we should stop deceiving ourselves. All those people where you see, that's why news of Nigeria. All these news of Nigeria, not and give warning against politics. The hoodlums, where they don't create for this country, where they kill people every day. Now they kill them also. This man, they are among people that bring this Boko Haram Fulani from Mali. Because when all of them, both Tinubu, Erufayo, and even Buhari himself, and Sadano Sokoto, they know where those people, those headsmen come from. And those are the headsmen that are using to achieve what they are looking for. And I call them blood-sucking demons. You understand? They are all blood-sucking demons. They don't like you. They are not fighting for you. They are only fighting to kill you. That's why the problem they have in the north is more than what is happening in the east. Before, east is one of the most peaceful places. But the youth force, IPOB will carry flag, say we are fighting for freedom. Like yesterday, I was listening to the news when Brazil was just protesting that the president of Brazil, they should impeach him. They come out, but try for Nigeria. They will see some soldier come there, kill their brother, the soldier. The soldier will not get them because they see some learned one. The soldier go come there, their brother go there, they go see shoot them, kill them for there because of person when the salary where they put them for Sabisa forest. For how many years they never see the salary collect. But the soldier will still come kill them, kill their brother because of word of the government. What they are talk, we say, my conclusion, United Nations, EU, if I thought they are existing, ECOWAS, all those people, sometimes I get angry as if they are not look at what is happening in this country. It's just until where everybody don't face, the country don't catch fire. Now that time they go come Because I tell them before that those people, United British, they still have agenda in Nigeria and they want to occupy Nigeria and take what belongs to us. But by the grace of God, by that time we go don't divide. Let them find, go meet Hausa, where they give power in 1960 and take what belongs to them. And China, where they borrow money for Naha, when they give. Anytime we Buhari come to borrow money for China, when I don't give again, no, because I don't see the money collect. Because if Nigeria divide today, who go pay the money? Now you, now Biafra go pay. I don't know to do what. Now people wait remain for Nigeria. They make they wear you. Whether the money go reach, the money they reach is with the development of federal, we don't reach is.
Your governors collect inside the money.
Which governor? Which governor? Governor, that one will be saying Abuali Tomboy. God will bless everybody. I love everybody. That's why I still struggle myself to come. You know that anything happen, anytime I talk sweat, you know that if that my pain, if it disturb me, I will sweat. But I don't want to tell anybody. But some people think that why are you sweating? I keep it to myself. You understand? But thank God for people that like me. And I like you so much. That's why I still struggle to come here, to bring out my view. You understand? God bless you. God bless Philip TV and all my viewers.
We have Mr. Raphael with us.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
Was successful.
Yeah, it was successful, but let me just thank our viewers abroad for taking care of our brother Sunday. Viewers, we thank you for what you have done, for this kind of gesture that you've made possible to our brother. We thank you, we appreciate you. God will prosper you for helping that innocent boy. God will prosper your children, your parents, your business, everything you belong, you represent. God will prosper you. Thank you, all of you viewers there. So
what lessons are we going to learn? Should the Nigerian government learn from the compliance, total compliance in the southeast yesterday?
Yeah, the lesson is that it is no longer what it was used to be before. The lesson we should learn now is that the leadership of this country should sit up to do the right thing. Look at someone that lives in abroad, how his instruction was complied to. Look at the whole southeast. Umuahia, shops, offices, banks shut down. Onitsha, the city was a ghost city yesterday, commercial city of Anambra State. It was a ghost town yesterday because someone that lives in abroad gave an instruction and everybody obeyed. Then what about Delta State? That was, wow, tears started rolling from my eyes. Delta State, the whole Delta complied. Delta State, the hometown, the home city, the home county of Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo, the first hero revolutionary Nigeria has ever produced. That young man, his town, Opamu, yesterday was a ghost city because that cause which he fought for was respected yesterday by everybody. Look at partial compliance in Port Harcourt. Still weaker, want to run mad because he went to the market yesterday. How many people were there? Weaker, one thing he could not remember yesterday was that 97% of business there going on in Port Harcourt are owned by Igbo man. So what about Enugu? Enugu complied everywhere. Oka, my state capital, Oka, nobody came out. The examination was about to hold at Nayu. Nobody came to Nnamdi Azikiwe exam to write Nnamdi Azikiwe University to write the exams yesterday. They all complied. Let me tell you, this sit at home, everybody is learning their lesson that Biafra is gradually emanating. Man, let me tell you, but I say thank God Almighty. Though there were a lot of killings, senseless killings, but still, everything God has taken control. Then again, I want to say something. I don't want you to ask me before I say it. Someone was gunned down on his way to airport. That's Gulak Mohammed. That one is making a lot of ripples across the country now. Many Hausas are saying stupid things. Hausa. Many Fulani men are saying rubbish on the front page of newspaper. Somebody like Yerima Chetima is talking absolutely nonsense. Yerima Chetima is saying that Igbos are raising gang of killers in the southeast, not knowing that they're not. His kinsmen had raised gang of terrorism, who killed Nnamunde, the seminarian, Anambra seminarian, a twin brother to Nnamunde, was beheaded in a glaring set, and no Igbo man took to the streets. No Igbo man came out and talked nonsense on the newspaper. Nnamdi was a seminarian. His parents spent money, sent him to seminary school. These useless bandits, these senseless Islamists, these useless Fulanis, they beheaded him simply because he said, allow me to be, but before allow me to be, I would like you all to give your life to Christ. That was what Bible taught to the young boy. He was killed. Who is that Gulag that was gone down? Why must he come to East at that wee hour? When you know that the state of security in that region is very risky, what are you doing? Let me tell you, you Northern, you Fulani, you think that you are first-class citizen in Nigeria. You think that your life matters most. Let me tell you, everybody's lives, all of us, matter to the Lord God that created life. Even, let me ask you, you are the one that don't even value life. Because you say that you are Mohammed or whatever you call yourself, tell you to behave somebody that doesn't belong to your own ideology. Let me tell you, we are Republicans. Our embrace of republicanism make us federal people in the world. Wherever we are, we represent well, we trade well, we do our business there without killing anybody. Igbo man is a federalist. Igbo man is a Republican. We don't kill people. We trade in TV land, we trade in Idoma land, we have been trading in Yoruba land and we not killed anybody. We are everywhere in the world. We are in America, Korea, everywhere. We don't kill anybody. We live in the north, we don't kill Hausa. So if Gulak Mohammed is dead, you politicians, you senseless political bigots, you should settle the score among yourselves. Ask Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, the reason why Gulak Mohammed was gunned down. IPOB should not be held responsible. It is not IPOB. Gulak Mohammed is not an enemy to indigenous people of Biafra. Indigenous people of Biafra are doing their business peacefully. So that's why
they know their enemies.
They know their enemies. They know their enemies. Let me tell you, why is it that you can't go to his phone, check the SMS in his phone, read the last comment, the last SMS, the last phone call? There are people he discuss with. Check his phone. Uzodinma knows. The political circles, the cliques, the classes, they know it's not those innocent youths. Police put 10 people to death, kill them, 10 Igbo youths over that killing. And they have now come back to say they distance IPOB from taking responsibility. How are you going to pay the parents of the 10 boys you shot? You see it? Bros, let me tell you, that was the sad part of the sit at home. There were a lot of genocide. There was a lot of genocide going on yesterday in the southeastern Nigeria. They were killing people wrongly. Wrong extrajudicial killing. Extrajudicial killing by the police and the army yesterday in the southeast. That was the bitter part of sit at home.
You are calling for dialogue. Let's dialogue. How do you look at that?
Well, dialogue should have come. Dialogue is something that should have been embraced before now. I think this dialogue, well, if they do that, fine. It's one of the solution profiling. Do you understand? If they do that, it's part of it. But why shouldn't they call it before now? You see, it is too late to.
You're saying the dialogue is too late.
It's too late, I'm telling you. How can you call dialogue and they implement it? The one you called before, did they implement it? The dialogue of 2014, Jonathan, did they implement it? What are you saying? The one that conducted during Abacha, Babangida Abacha regime, the confab, did they implement it? So why now that Mr. President is dead and somebody is masquerading himself around that Mr. President is dead? Buhari is not alive. Oh, you don't know? So, things has been unraveling, unearthing, unfolding on daily basis, and still we have many moronic Nigerians that still believe that Buhari is alive. If Buhari is alive, why should Aisha Buhari said, this one is not my husband? If Buhari is alive, why must these people be stealing and stealing and stealing, borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, killing and killing and killing, and Buhari is still not talking?
Imagine.
Why is it that Buhari has not addressed the state of the nation?
Governors. You have exit governors. You have House of Assembly members.
Yes.
House of Rep members.
Yes.
They will be there.
Yes.
And all these things will be happening.
Yes, thank you. They are there because all these things happening because they are beneficiaries of insecurity. They are beneficiaries of bad leadership. They are beneficiaries of incessant embezzlement of public funds. It's going on. They benefit from it.
They are sharing within
They are sharing it within themselves. Let me tell you, the people that are ruling Nigeria now are, number one, I see mention it, El-Rufai. Your name is even fingered on the killing, shooting of Gulak Mohammed. They fingered him.
Someone called him out of his hotel room. See, nothing that happened under this sun, if you like, make it go happen inside the gutter. It must be unveiled. The sun is there now. They finger El-Rufai, Malami, Garba Shehu, Lailai Mohammed, Gambari, many of them, name them the Kabbalism. The people that bring Kabbalism to the lights. They are the ones behind the Kabbas. They are the Kabbas themselves ruling Nigeria. Buhari, the person you call Buhari, is a masked man. I still maintain my point. Time shall come. Let me tell you, you see one thing. There are some facts that might take 10 years. It will come to the limelight. Hidden facts. When John F. Kennedy, I still repeat it, was shot in the early 60s. John F. Kennedy received head injury that rendered him mentally incapacitated. But he took an author like that who wrote about him 10 years to unveil it. That John Kennedy lived 10 years after before he died. America don't want to have an incapacitated president that's suffering from brain problem. So what was buried in the casket wasn't actually John F. Kennedy. I read it. So let me tell you, the masked man is coming to be revealed later. This man is not Buhari. Go and search net. Ask Google. Ask Wikipedia. Ask Alexia. Ask most of them about the death of Buhari in 2017. You will read many facts. Why should Queen Elizabeth observe silence for some minutes? There are some fools that don't believe that Buhari is dead, even among us. Respondents, that is my own ideology, that is my own understanding. If you don't like it, that is for you. I insist that Buhari is not alive. If Buhari could be alive, why is it that Aisha Buhari left the shore of this country for Dubai? Do you know how many years she stayed there? After telling you that this man is not my husband. Let me tell you, where is Mama Tukotongura? Bros, the Buhari nephew, where is he? Have you seen him in the recent time? Mama Daura or Katangura? Mama Daura, yes. Where is Daura? The man that follows him at the back, wherever he goes. People are asking, why are you following your nephew? Didn't Obasanjo have, do you think Obasanjo did not have nephew? Jonathan had a lot of nephew. They were not following him. Call Fulani to order. Remove that man. Is his nephew. Is his Buhari's nephew. He has no functionalities. He has nothing, no department to work for. Where he was working for, he was following Buhari. Wherever Buhari goes, went then. Now, where is Mama? Mama was sick some time ago. We don't know whether he was, he recovered, recuperated, or maybe the sickness, air condition continues. We don't know. Whether he's bedridden, no, nobody knows. That is Nigeria for you. Where is Mama Daura? Nobody knows, because we're in a Fulani regime. People that don't value other people's life, they value only their people. Look at Gulak Mohammed gunning down. They gun him down. These people were saying that Igbos are raising gang of killers in the southeast, that they are trying to remind them of what happened in 1966. Kotsi, Yerima, Chetima. He said it. Then not consultant forum, what do you call him? Ariwa spokesman. Youth, he's saying rubbish. You are killing my brothers. For how many years? Mistakenly somebody was gunned down by his political opponents in Imo State. You are now casting Igbo. You are now tormenting Igbo, saying he's Igbo. Many people died last year in Yoruba land here. Even this early January, many people were killed. A professor from Germany was tied on the tree, butchered him into pieces. How many times did Yoruba elders come up and say, Hausa are raising killers that are killing their brothers? Yoruba. You are reminding us how Akintola was killed. Did the Yoruba accuse Fulani like that? Why does these people think that they are so special in Nigeria? Fulani is so special. They shot that man. There are many people that were shot before. Stanley Naji, justice. Stanley Naji was dragged from his car and got shot in Enugu State 2-3 days ago. Nobody killed himself. Nobody child saying Hausa man or Igbo man or Yoruba man. That man ruled Ngige out in 2005. He was the one who carried the verdict or whatever I call mandate and give to Obi in 2005. Try to understand. They killed him. I think understand. Let me tell you, nobody is so special in this life. God loves everybody. We are all Nigerians. Nobody should hold it upon himself that he's so special, that he's better than this person and person that's better than you. Why? Because Gulag was chopped.
What's the way forward, Mr. Raphael?
Yes, the only way forward is I still believe that Biafra is where I stand. No other suggestion from me. Biafra should come. Oduduwa should come. Mid-belt, if they have their nation, let them carve out. Let me tell you, the system we are here today is not working. This establishment, this setup is rubbish. While Hausa does not have anything common with Igbo man. Igbo man does not have anything common with Hausa man. Let me tell you, it can work. Hausa, their tradition, everything, let them be. Somebody that calls us Niger area or Darkness area is because of what? Ethnic similarities. Familiarities. That's what the man thought. But what we are seeing here today is a different thing. Division, disintegration, let everybody go. Up Federal Republic of Biafra, up Federal Republic of Odua. But Shore was shot on the thigh yesterday by a female police officer in Abuja. Well, the author of Sahara Reporters is not seeing his injury now at the hospital, maybe one of the Abuja medical facilities.
Wonderful, Mr. Raphael. Okoko them.
Yeah.
Okoko them of Africa. You can introduce yourself, sir.
Morning, my people. Morning, my viewers. Truth-loving people all over the world. People that love to hear the truth. I salute every one of you. My fans, I salute every one of you. Those that have extended their hand for good unto me, I salute every one of you. I am Mr. Okpara. The new Okokondem in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his government, his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra.
Yesterday sit at home. What will you make of it?
Yesterday sit at home. Prove who is the leader of Biafrans. Prove who is the leader of Igbos. Prove who is the leader of South-South, Southeast. It will make a difference between men and boys. Sit at home yesterday make me to be joyful. You understand? It shows that one man can be absent, but his presence matters a lot. Paul said in the Bible, although to the Corinthians, although absently, I am absent from you physically, but spiritually I am with you. You understand? So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, may God bless you, guide you, protect you, and continue to give you wisdom to rule your people, because you are our ruler now. His Excellency.
No.
His Excellency, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
No, he's not an elected person, so you don't call him His Excellency.
Is Moses an elected person in the Bible?
He was not called His Excellency.
Because that time they're not using word of excellency. He is Excellency. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is Excellency because he gives order. The people in Biafra land took the order, obeyed the order. But the so-called governors, senators, reps, can any one of them come and give order to me? I take it. No matter the gun they use.
Continue.
Now, what I'm saying is sit at home. It's okay to prove to the world that we are serious. To prove to the world that we are not violence. To prove to the world that we love what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. You understand? Sit at home, did not hurt anybody. It did not kill anybody. Only sit for your house for this one day to pass. To observe some certain things, which we did. No problem. Okay. I understand. So if you see the major cities, even villages, people comply. And if a law can be made like this in the entire nation of Nigeria and people complied, that Nigeria will be okay. Why people are not complying in Nigerian law? Because it's not good for the people. The law they made in Nigeria put people into prison. It did not put people into freedom. It put people into bondage. Therefore, nobody obeyed the law. But the Kanu just make a speech, people obey because it's a speech of freedom. It's a speech of liberation. It's a speech of liberty. It's a speech that makes people to live, your generation to live, your children to live, children to live. You understand? That's why people obey. And if you come in southeast, we don't follow people leader cheaply because giving us bread. In the morning, he will make ogi, make akamu, pap, and share us bread. We drink finishing. No drink we say, live forever, live forever. We don't follow leaders like that. We follow leaders that matters. Leaders, if you come to we South in France, before you say you are our leader, we examine you, ask you why you want to be our leader. You explain to yourself, explain to us why you want to be our leader. That's what happened between us and Nigerian-Gani. Nigerian-Gani have passed so many tests. You know, there was a time when they mock him. Who is he? There was a time even when he was in prison, for the government to hold him. They offer him some money. They offer him oil well, even promise him to make him president. Let him drop the agitation. He said no. So when we examine all these things, we know that really this man is our leader. Do you know why we followed Ojukwu? For that 3 years, or getting to 4 years, the war was on. Ojukwu never want to levy anybody. Ojukwu used his own father's money to protect us. That's why we look him as a bull leader. Do we look at when Ojukwu died? Look at how we buried him. Did we bury Zik like that? Did we mourn like that for Zik? Where is Zik legacy? One Nigeria. Where is one Nigeria? So this sit at home proves that we know who's supposed to be our leader. Not people you force to us, like they force this man, who's a demon to us. No, you don't force it to people. People know their leader, and people follow their leader. That's what happened in this sit at home.
Okay. Any concluding statements?
The concluding statement is that Nigerian-Gani should keep on until we achieve Biafra. Biafra is the solution. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how people label we Biafrans, no matter how you say your own brother to come and kill him in our place, so that we say we are murderers. We don't care. God knows whom is whom. We will achieve Biafra by the grace of Father Yahweh, by the hand of Almighty. If they told Egypt that Israel will leave Egypt, will they believe? Pharaoh did whatever he did, but at the last knock, Pharaoh allowed Israel to go. At the last knock, Nigeria will allow Biafra to go. We will go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okokodem.
Omo Biafra, ona hakwana, onye ndịrị gbagbubere chendenche mgbe niile, nke a bụ Maazị Okokondem, Mr. Okokondem, Mr. Okpara. Nnamdi, do not. Ana hakwana, onye ndịrị gbagbubere chendenche mgbe niile.
Say? No, tomorrow. You want to talk? You want to say something? You know, you want to say something? Come on, say something.
In concluding, I haven't seen the headline with the happenings that is going on within the country. It is paramount to also note in categorical terms that as a people, if you go back into historical antecedents, if Nigeria is not working with the rate of death we're seeing within the country, cut across to the northeast, the northwest, the north central, the southwest is not safe, the southeast already have a leader from London giving out instructions and people are obeying, police stations are burned, security agencies don't take charge, Boko Haram, kidnapping. Eritrea and I think Egypt, they divided. South Sudan, North Sudan, they divided even in Ofo. Then if after division, we still feel that, oh, there's a need for us to stay together as a people, we can now decide to come back, sit on a round table, draft out something, and still sit on the same table. If you read about, I think, Taiwan and was it China, at a point they were not together. Malaysia and Singapore. Even UK.
South Africa and Lesotho.
So UK talking about Brexit. So even a patch of Canada was talking about moving out from the other part. So it's not big deal. So, but I think those who really do not have something to give to the system are just scared of losing it all. But the point is, even if we're going to restructure, the North has more to gain. If we're not going to restructure, the North has more to lose. Because comparatively, even without the restructured settings that we are, when you look at the educational system, the less educated, the high rate of mortality, whatever statistics you're going to bring, low jam score, insecurity, it's still in the North. So restructuring will favor them more. That is the most important thing. And the headlines with the happening of the day, if the president is in a vegetative state that he cannot think for himself, it is more honorable that he should resign, so that we can have people that can move the country forward. And for the southern airlines, especially the southeasterners, they should come together and sit on a round table discussion. It is evident that military approach is not going to result in any reasonable outcome. These facts are becoming glaring. How will the military contain the Boko Haram, the kidnapping in the north central and the northwest, ransom being paid here? They are engaged in operation in almost 32 states of the country. In fact, now it's going to 36. What is the total number of military? What is the total numbers of the Navy? What is the total numbers of the Army? What is the total number of the police? In fact, the police cannot even operate in Southeast. You can't wear uniform in most of those states. So it's more or less a state of anarchy. So the point is, if we can't work as a people, let us discuss on how we can now create a regional alignment that people can start operating from the areas of their convenience. Engaging them, kind of like the way you are engaging kidnappers. Engage them like the way you give amnesty to Boko Haram. Engage them like the way we've done to the Niger Delta militant. Let's engage everybody. Killing and militarization has never solved anything. It will not. So that is the advice to the political class and the political ally. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a wonderful one from Mr. Samuel. Somebody asked what is his name. His name is Mr. Samuel, the intelligent guy. One of the very, very, very well appreciated analysts we have on this platform. Happy birthday to Levi Nati, one of our viewers. Levi Nati, I'm saying happy birthday to you. More years of prosperity. Thank you very much for all those that have supported Mr. Sunday. We are saying a big thank you from Flip TV. And also, I want to say a big thank you to the man that is holding the camera, Mr. Femi, and also boss Flip TV, Biodun Kupolu. I'm Christian Chuku. You can reach me on my Facebook platform, Chuku Christian, for more information and for more enlightenment. We are saying a big bye now. Till tomorrow, same place, same time, same station. Thank you very much.